Hello, humans. Michael Herrick here with HIPAA for Humans, realistic cybersecurity advice for healthcare. One of the big risks that a lot of healthcare organizations tend to ignore is the risk that comes from employee owned smartphones. Employees who are carrying around personal smartphones, using them to access company systems that may contain PHI, protected health information. When we conduct a risk assessment with an FQHC or a healthcare organization, we always ask about the status of BYOD, bring your own device, and ask about the BYOD practices at the organization. It's very common for an IT director or for a compliance officer to tell us that there's no BYOD happening at our organization. We don't allow it and it doesn't happen. But it doesn't take very much digging for us to discover that there's no actual documented policy against it. Employees aren't trained not to use their personal smartphones, and there are no technical controls whatsoever to prevent employees from using their personal smartphones to access company systems. There are also no systems in place to track whether or not employees are doing it. So if you don't have those types of controls in place, is BYOD happening at your organization? Almost assuredly so. A study from Microsoft a number of years ago indicated that 67% of employees use their personal phone on company systems, regardless of whether it's permitted by the company or not. That's an old statistic. That was 10 years ago, 67%. I think you should assume that the vast majority of your employees, unless you're doing something to stop it or prevent it or control it, the vast majority of your employees are using personal smartphones to access your company systems. At the very least, they're checking their email on their personal smartphones. And if you're at a healthcare organization, you have to assume that at least some email messages are floating around out there containing PHI. What happens when an employee loses their personal smartphone that has access to PHI systems, or which may actually even have PHI in email messages cached on the device? You've got a HIPAA security incident on your hands and the possibility of a HIPAA data breach on your hands. This is a huge issue, and we find that it's not being paid attention to, and we're trying to raise awareness about that, because the good news is that if you just spend a little bit of effort on this, there's actually a lot of good stuff you can do to manage this risk, to mitigate this risk, and make it possible for employees to work the way they want to work in a remote manner without putting patient data at risk. I have a free webinar coming up this month about how to implement security controls to protect those employee smartphones, how to document a BYOD policy for your healthcare organization, and how to do it in a way that's not overly intrusive, burdensome, not a big brother approach to security, so that employees will be willing to cooperate and collaborate with you to improve security at your healthcare organization. So look for a link in this post and sign up for my free webinar this month on how to create a secure BYOD policy for your healthcare organization. I'm Michael Herrick at Matterform. Join me here every Tuesday for more HIPAA for Humans.